Hi, my name is Jane O'Halloran, founder of Beyond the Empty Nest. Welcome to this live video. So today I want to talk about something which I think affects so many of us, and it certainly affected me. It's fear. Do you feel that you have a prompting of your heart? There's something you want to do, there's something you want to follow, or there's some change that you want to make in your life. Perhaps it's a big change, perhaps it's a relationship that needs to finish, perhaps it's a change of career, perhaps you just need to leave your current job. Many things. Perhaps it's a move, to a different place. Perhaps it's more about living authentically, living your authentic life, and that you feel as though you're not living your authentic life because of fear. Because fear can keep you trapped. You might be frightened of the consequences of acting. You might be frightened of what other people will think or what they will feel. You might not want to hurt other people. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You're worried about them. And, or perhaps it's just day-to-day things where you feel like you always say yes, when actually you desperately want to say no. Or you just don't speak up for yourself. You just don't say what you really feel because you're frightened of what will happen. You're scared of the consequences for whatever reason. And, living like this, it really can make you ill. And I have gone through this myself. I've had terrible, problems physically. That feeling, that something's wrong in your gut, that sinking feeling in your stomach, that sickening feeling of fear in your stomach. And then you can end up with lots of digestive issues, problems, IBS, all of those things. Those things are on the rise and they're linked with anxiety, they're linked with fear. Or perhaps you get throat problems. Maybe you just feel a tightness there, or you get throat infections and throat problems because you're not speaking up. The words kind of getting stuck there, and pressure's kind of building up, but it's like literally that bottleneck, that those words get stuck here, and that creates congestion, it creates tightness, and it can lead to throat conditions. Or perhaps you have a tight feeling in your chest. It's almost like you can't breathe properly, or there's a pain, there's a heaviness, almost like, you actually have a heartache, actually have heart problems. And, we hold on to this, don't we? We live like this because we're frightened of the alternative. We're frightened of taking those bold steps, of making those decisions that might throw everything into disarray. Hi, Julie. They might throw everything into disarray, but the option, the alternative is to live with this fear held inside you, live with these feelings held inside you, not expressing yourself, not saying what you feel, not making those decisions you need to make, not having those conversations that you need to have. You're holding it all in, and it really can make you sick. And I know I've lived with this for a long time. Hi, Julie. I've lived with this for a long time. I've woken up in the mornings feeling anxious, feeling my heart racing, feeling that tight feeling in my chest, not feeling able to face the day because it's like all these things just weighing heavily on me. And, I've been there. I know what that's like because I felt trapped, because I've put up with situations that are not right for me. But because I've been too scared, too fearful to make those bold decisions, I've been too fearful of what other people might think, of what other people might say. I've been trying maybe to protect people, but yet I've been holding on to this. I've been taking the brunt of it. And that's what we do, isn't it? We put up with these situations. Sometimes we put up with situations for years because we are too frightened to move. And it's so common, but we can't carry on living like this. Hi, Marie. Thank you for joining me. We can't carry on living like this because it's making us sick, physically, mentally, emotionally. So what do? The recovery, the way to move past that. First of all, is to become aware. You know, I think for me, I was kind of, I've been living a lot without actually being aware how unhappy I was, not just really being aware of what was going on. So I think the first thing is just to become aware of the fact that you're not living your authentic self, whatever that might be. And it could be many things for many people, but it comes down to not living your authentic self. So first of all, to become aware of that. And then secondly, to value yourself enough to put yourself first and to make those changes that you need to make to live your authentic life. And then, you know, realizing that you can't make others happy by sacrificing yourself. Like, that is such a big one, isn't it? I think especially for women, we've been kind of brought up, we've been socialized to always put other people first. But it doesn't work. If you sacrifice yourself, your own happiness to make others happy, it never works. It just does not work. You're not happy, other people won't be happy. They'll feel it, they'll know it doesn't work. So, you know, that's the third thing, is to realize that you cannot make others happy by sacrificing yourself. And then it's about getting the support, the guidance often that you need, because sometimes it's difficult to do this on your own because we're stuck and it's difficult and we feel trapped. And we've created this cage that we're stuck in, that we've created out of fear. So perhaps you need somebody, and this was for me, first of all, to hold up a mirror and that you can see, so you can see what is happening for you. What is happening for you? You need that mirror sometimes, because otherwise you can't see. And then I think to shine a light along the road to say, look, you know, there is hope that you can do this. You know, I've done it. Here is the light. I'm shining it to show you the way. And I think that's really, really helpful, because otherwise we just don't know where, you know, where to go. We don't feel there's any hope of changing sometimes. So we need somebody to shine that light in that direction. And then we need some, you know, guidance of how to move along, how to take that first step. And perhaps we need somebody to hold our hand to take that first step. Or perhaps we need somebody to just give us a gentle nudge and a gentle push to take that first step. And then to show us the next step and the next step. So it's a process of changing. And it isn't easy, and nobody's saying it's easy. But it starts with that awareness. And also it starts with accepting where you are. Isn't it great? It would be great to say, well, I wish I was somewhere else. I wish this wasn't happening in my life. I wish everything was hunky-dory and I could just, you know, sail through life really easily. But that often isn't the case. And when you accept that you're in that situation and somebody shines that light for you, then that's your first step. That's your first step. So do you want to move past fear? Do you want to follow the prompting of your heart? Do you want to fall in love with life, be excited about life and joyful about life? Do you want to wake up and feel light and feel like you can breathe, like there's a sense of openness and freedom? Do you want to accept and love yourself, even with all your imperfections? Do you want to be able to love yourself? It's like falling truly, madly, deeply in love with you. Do you want to be able to give and receive love? And I think for me, that's also the crux of things. Often we don't feel able to receive love. And it's hard then to give love when we don't receive love. So it's that flow of energy. And do you want to free that small child, that frightened child within you who is trapped in that cage of fear? Because it is, isn't it? It's the small, frightened child within us that is fearful of the future, of what might happen if we make those changes. So if you've answered yes to any of that, if you're interested in any of that, please do message me and we can talk about how to get you those results that I've got for other people and that I have got for myself. So that's it for today. Thank you, Julie and Marie, for joining me. And if you've got any questions, feel free to post them in this thread or in the group. And I look forward to hearing from you. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Love and light.